Hello everyone, just a quick reminder, you can now support us on Patreon. You can get this show and all our shows a day early, and lots of other goodies by supporting us. If you like what we do, and you want to see us do more, you can find us at patreon.com/StudioOmegaYT. Thanks for your time, guys. That's right, hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Fake Grand Order, and Lucky, didn't we just do this episode? I feel like we've been here before.
Yeah.
Have we been here before?
Seems familiar. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, in case anybody doesn't get the joke, we're feeling some repeat time going on here. We're gonna milk the shit out of Garden of Order as a title once again.
Yep.
But in case you couldn't tell from that little bit earlier, I'm one of your hosts, Omega. My other host is Lucky. He spoke before.
That's me. And just in some quick spoiler alerts, we're going to be talking about current and future events for both JP and NA. So anyone not wanting to hear them should just go take a minor coma for about 12 hours.
Yeah, see, I was gonna start this episode by joking about how Lucky is trying to kill me by just taking a nap for so long that we gotta do this in the middle of the night again. But then our actual reason why the episode is taking so long now is officially because we got distracted by looking at figurines.
Yeah, more on that later.
Which is also true. We'll get back to that in free talk.
Mm-hmm. But
also, I realized I'm
looking
down at my phone away from my microphone.
But definitely, yeah. Lucky is not the greatest at planning his time carefully, especially when he got some video games on the line.
I think the bigger deal is that Lucky is a heavy sleeper.
I slept through 4 alarms.
We've come to the reaction on. But alright, let's move on. We know where the fuck Lucky is. Let's ask, where the fuck is Ron?
Let's see. Last I checked, he was off in unknown territory. That means we legit don't know. Yeah, no, we're not joking. Well, we last time, like a week ago, talking about Cloverfield Paradox. We may have already made a joke about that already. I don't remember. I don't remember either. But, yeah, that's what's going on with him. We got a real quick pro tip, because I didn't think of anything else today. I almost don't even... I just woke up. Yeah, that's fine. I don't even know if we should do the intro, because that'll take longer than us actually giving the pro tip. But I'll do it for anyway. Let's give Mash her 5 seconds of internet fame. Senpai! Senpai! Okite kudasai! So that's right, it's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for pro tips. And we have a simple one this week. Buy blue skill gems. It's like buy gold, buy blue skill gems. Yeah, like honestly, I think the entirety of our Discord fans are like, but seriously, buy blue skill gems. Buy them skill gems. Apparently, they'll save you a lot of heartache later. Well, I mean, I can see why when I compare them to some. Though I will say, I think Moon Goddess set me for Saber blue gems for a while. I still have 44. Oh wow, really? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's because I was farming the 5 AP for forever. But let's move on to something we can actually talk about for a longer period. Let's talk about Records from the Throne, our regular achievement topic. Oddly enough, much like our episode themes are repeating, our records are going to repeat this week. Because I protected Shiki Smile. I mean, honestly, it's the event. What else were you expecting? Yeah, no, I mean, she's the event servant. Yep. She's useful. You gotta use her to get her bond levels up and everything. And also, slightly more important is all 100 missions complete also. Yeah. Been a while since I clocked an event fully. Now it's just farming for gems. In fact, I am literally on the rooftop battle where you get for completing the last mission, getting your crystallized lore. And Artoria's got about 70k HP left, and I gotta pop seals. Don't worry, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. My front line is now Emiya Mordred Gilgamesh. So I think that'll do 70k. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll make sure to have Mordred finish it for that sweet bonus damage. Because in case you didn't know, guys, bonus damage is important. And it makes me so sad that Emiya doesn't have an NP steroid skill yet. When is his strengthening quest going to happen? Huh? I don't actually know. I don't know what block he's in. 3 or 4? Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
I don't know. I'll look it up later. That's something we can expand on later, like in a future episode.
Though this event gave me fucking horseshoes, so I finally got a Boudica to max ascension, so I can... Oh, I should have wrote that down. That's another smile I protected. That's an achievement.
Yeah. How dare!
I don't think I did that last show, because I was only just starting the event. So I can do her strengthening quest now.
Yeah.
Which is like
Real talk,
a bajillion nodes.
Like, I'm a little upset with the strengthening quest, because when I heard them, I thought you would actually, like, have, like, a little story to go with each strengthening quest, you know, just some text, like an interlude. No, it's just a whole bunch of battles back to back.
Yeah, that's a little lackluster, but I guess that's the benefit to dumping a whole shitload of them at once. It's a necessary rule patch, as opposed to interlude patches, which are more interactive. Which they totally do. They do, not just quartz, but they do skill and NP interludes.
Yeah, they do.
Though, at least in NA, we don't have to wait necessarily for any interludes as such. We just have to wait until the map they're on comes out. Or the enemies that are involved come out. Yeah. Like with Altera's second interlude. But alright, let's move on to Skelograms. It's mostly JP news because there's like 4 days left on K&K and there's been no new news. And
we're probably going to get something like tomorrow or the day after, I swear.
Yeah, something as we get closer, because it should be, spoiler alert, it should be Chaldea Boys Collection literally right after.
Yeah.
And guess what? We don't celebrate White Day in America, so it really doesn't fucking matter.
Well, remember, it didn't fucking matter for Christmas or Valentine's either.
No,
so,
but I'm just saying, like, nobody will know what the significance of the Chaldea Boys Collection is supposed to be. Alright, I took care of that and got 5 reverse scales. Okay, my phone can go away, I can now pay attention to the notes. This episode can move along slightly faster.
Yeah.
Alright, so, from JP, I don't know what exactly, JAEPO is, but, at JAEPO 2018, they're showing off FGO Arcade. So, everybody gets 10 quartz from that.
It's, basically the Japan Amusement Expo.
Alright,
that's what it stands for.
No wonder they're debuting arcade there. So if you want, you can go look for a lot of arcade gameplay videos and models and stuff. They're showing off a lot of like first original run like SRs and SSRs. But here's the big news, which is why we made our time warp joke. Motherfucking K&K rerun, Garden of Order revival, in JP from 2:15 to 2:28, so it's been going on for a few days now. Shocking everyone, they're actually rerunning a collab. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Also, hey, big fucking red letters for all NA players. If you were dying to get Void and you did not, 2 years. You just gotta wait 2 years. And hold on to your quartz and your wallet until then.
Honestly, this game makes me kind of feel weird that I'm starting to plan for things 2 years ahead. 2 years ahead.
Yeah, it's weird, but that's what happens. I mean, it could be worse. You could have just been playing for 2 years and not playing for it, which would be really rough because there's been a lot of gotchas in JP lately. Going back to our favorite joke, putting the gotcha in gotcha. So, let's run down some details. The story's slightly different. Gems and Ascension materials are the same, but they've added Iron Stakes, Bloodstone Tears, and Cursed Beast. I don't know. It's something cyst. Colacyst?
I think it's Colacyst.
Yeah, something like that. Some weird, gross Ascension items have been added. And the EXPs and regular foes have been removed, and there are now 4-star foes, which are spread across the 3 tiers. I believe...
Yeah, for those who don't know, 4-star foes are basically special foes that basically let you take your servant from 1,000 HP and attack to 2,000. The only problem is you can only use 4-star foes to do it, and they only do it 2 at a time. So it's very, very tedious.
Yeah, but that's why they're in store rewards.
Yep.
So as far as we know, all the old quests are the same. I have not heard anybody talking about how the quests have been significantly different. Just that maybe some drops and stuff have been moving around. There is also a new challenge quest to cut your teeth on. And I said I think it's for a crystallized lore because that's usually what you get. But Google Translate names are hilarious.
if you translate the event raw from Japan's. But more important, Gacha Rerun. Saber Shiki is on rate up at all times, but there's a rotating SR rate up for Liz, Lancer Alter, and Shocker. New SR Archer Fujino Sagami. Yes, her NP
this
is
was
the
actually a
famous
big
Bridge
shock.
Snap. Yeah, it was. A limited SR on a Collab rerun. And a fan favorite but unexpected character. Yes,
honestly, I could have seen them doing Toka or Asuka like super easily too. So
they could have, but I don't think
we can talk about that in Fate bonus stage.
Yeah,
whenever we get
coming
to it.
sometime before 2020, I swear. You know, we also said we were going to do a video for 100 subscribers, but nobody's ever really called us on that. So I don't feel like there was quite enough drive for that to actually need to do that sometime. But we might. If we ever get a free weekend and we're not swamped with a million things, we might do something extra. Because, like, all of Apocrypha's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
And some other stuff. But yeah, so, yes, her NP shows the famous bridge snap. It is the raddest part.
It is super rad. A lot of people have actually, like, decided to, point out, because her NP's a...
Single target.
Single target, but she's blowing up a whole bridge, and everyone just has to point out, she blew up that bridge just to get one person, so it makes freaking perfect sense.
No, it works. And if you have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, watch Kara no Kyoukai. You dumb goofs. We'll talk more about how that's even easier later, but seriously, no. Specifically movie 3, but you should watch 1 and 2 before then. Because they're kind of important. But yeah, so she also seems to have gotten a trial quest as well. That's a little odd for an SR. The only other SR who has a trial quest off the top of my head is Astolfo, which will be coming up soon. I'm hoping we're not setting a precedent for limited SRs all the time. I think the only other than the summer ones, the only other limited SR who I can think of is Passion Lip, who is limited to the CCC collab. Which, everybody is hoping and praying for CCC to get a rerun. So they
Isn't
can
that
get
like
their...
the last one that...
Yes, that was the latest collab I think they did, so,
Yeah.
I mean, the first Gouda got one, like, last year.
Yeah, it did.
Which is technically a collab. I know it's, like, mostly OG to Fate Grand Order, but those, Okita and Nobu are from another Type Moon. We have skipped Saber Wars in rerun terms, but, Kara no Kyoukai is a big deal, because Shiki is really good.
Well, I think that there's a specific reason, and we'll get into that later.
Well, yeah. But yeah, so, but this dev does give people hopes. Also, lots of people are hoping that the Prisma Ilio event will get a rerun, and we'll get, additional, not a sequel, but we'll get additional limited characters from that franchise, or sub-franchise in there. Also, Saber Shiki got animation updates. As far as I can tell, it mostly just cleans up her NP animation, but her actual, like, regular attack animations are slightly more varied now. There was also a subtle buff to both Shikis. They both no longer count as weak to Anima Elish, so Gil's NP doesn't do bonus damage to them, but since Void is a Saber, class advantage still applies. I'm not really sure why they decided to pull that out, but I guess it made sense. So, now that we're done with all our news, because we are, because there wasn't a lot otherwise, let's move into Chaldea Free Talk. So, first we got a bullet point from last week.
Yep, so I asked, so I told people I go look up to see where Fate Grand Order is hanging in the rankings. And unfortunately, I couldn't find all the data, but I definitely found out a couple things. Basically, Fate Grand Order bounces between number 3 and number 5 top grossing RPGs, and currently sits at number 40 overall. Like, shoots. I should have wrote down, like, what was number 1 and number 2, but, like, it changes. But yeah, no, like, Fate Grand Order, for something that's only been out for, like, under a year, it's moving pretty big.
Yep.
Actually, I wonder if I can just pull it up real quick. Hang on.
You probably can. I will run through the next thing.
Yeah.
So FGO Sorter is now a thing. If you don't know what that is, Google it, nerd. But, yeah.
You want to find out your top tier waifu? There you go.
No, it's a very simple. You've probably heard of these before. The code it says was explicitly stolen from the Token Ranbu Sorter, which is your Sword Husbandos game. But I've seen similar like comparison stuff for like Ruby and other big franchises. Basically, you start it. It starts a battle with all the servants available in JP. You click which one you like, or you click tie. Note, tie is not skip, tie is tie. If a character's tie, that means the characters share the same slot, as I have seen from some experiments. So, there's a lot of servants, so it'll take you a while.
Yeah, it does. I haven't done it because it takes a while.
Yeah, I did it actually a couple times to figure out the mechanism. But my final result on my actual serious, I know what this means now run was, number 1 was Mordred, and number 1 was also Mordred. And so Gorgon was number 3. Because that's how ties work. So the link to that will be in the show description. Once again. It won't be in the cards or notes or anything, because it's an external link, it's not like a Tumblr, but it'll be in the description. Try it out if you have time. Blatant shilling for comments. Go ahead and just post your pictures of what you do. Just screen cap it and show us your top 3 or your top 5 or however much you feel like showing. And just either hit us up with that on the Discord or in the comments. We will, if people post interesting ones or funny ones, we'll probably talk about it next show. Alright.
Alright, so I can't find it. I'm not going to put in that much effort into looking right now. Because I want to talk about our next topic here, which is basically we're going into our K&K thoughts here.
Yeah.
So basically, after a little bit of digging...
Do we want to run through, to keep it relevant to stuff we said before, do we want to run through talking about Fujino now, or do we want to go to just our experience?
Yeah, go to Fujino. Yeah, finish up Fujino.
Alright, so we usually do this when we use a new servant. Lucky gets to kick back for another 10 minutes and keep farming. Yep. And I'll talk about the new servant. It's not actually going to take 10 minutes, but we'll see. Let's say...
I'm going to keep farming.
Right off the bat, Fujino has great stats. We're talking like Passion Lip or Herc tier stats. She is the highest HP for an SR archer. So, just raw stat-wise, she's pretty good. She has average star gen for an archer and pretty good NP gain. She's got a QAABB deck with independent action A+, and territory creation B, so she hits pretty hard. She's got a little bit of magic resist, so she's got a little bit of that debuff resistance. As we have discussed, her NP is a single target buster. It hits decently and slaps buff cancel on the target, and with overcharge also reduces their attack. Mostly this isn't super useful. You want it just for single target damage, means she does her, full damage modifier to a single target. And the buff cancel is a great effect. The extra attack stuff is just a little bit on top. For her 3 skills, she's got her own Mystic Eyes, which is kind of similar to Shiki's. Specifically, hers are Mystic Eyes of Distortion, though. But obviously, she gets Buster Up because that's her NP. She gains Defense Pierce and increases her NP gain for 3 turns. So that's pretty good to combo into her NP. It's got a steroid, and then you'll Pierce Defense, and then if you're not going to do it right away, you can chain it into NP gain. She also has Clairvoyance Darkness, which feeds her crit stars and gives her a sure hit for 3 turns. By the way, if you're comparing the two, this technically means Shiki has an advantage because Pierce Invul is better than sure hit. If you're curious what the difference is, sure hit only beats evasion, Pierce Invulnerability beats invincible and evasion. And her final skill is Remaining Sense of Pain, which is also the title of the 3rd movie. And it's a weird tank skill. So follow me on this, Lucky. Her max HP is reduced by 2,000 for 3 turns, but she gets a scaling damage cut for those 3 turns, and gets a 1 HP guts out of it. And that damage cut, really high, by the way. It's 2k at max level for 3 turns. So she temporarily loses 2,000 max HP, but at level 10, she will ignore 6,000 points of damage. So she's very tanky. This makes her very... Combined with her passives and her skills and stuff, this makes her very consistent with her damage, capable of some solo play endurance-wise, but she can't really buff her own star gen, star weight, or crit damage, so if you want to use her to the best of your effect, you need to give her a little bit of support, even if that's just giving her fragments at 20-30 or something, just giving her somebody there to actually make sure she gets her stars and does higher crit damage. And her middling NP steroid means her big hits don't hit quite as hard as some of the damage-focused SRs, like, I believe Tomoe also has a single-target buster NP, which, even though her attack is slightly lower, hits harder when she's actually proccing her skills. But Fujino is a very solid niche. Very interesting to bring up. Also, she's got an interesting ascension line, in that she goes from her, like, very Catholic-esque school uniform, and we're not like the sexy, but like the actual, you know, nun-like long dress. Yeah. To a cafe anime waitress outfit, which is a recurring set piece in the Nasu-verse, and apparently Takuchi and Nasu have joked a couple times that Fujino would make a good waitress there, so there's that. And then her final is a super sweet black and red kimono, which is kind of like some of Void Shaky's ascensions. So yeah,
That's cute.
She's very interesting, and of course, everybody's, well, not everybody's favorite voice actress, but it's, oh shoot, I'm totally blanking on her name. It's Altera's voice actress. I can't remember her, actually, I don't know what Japanese order, but I think it's Noto is the surname? I don't know. I'm having a brain fart. Lucky's not going to help me, because he's looking at his phone right now.
I'm typing it in Google right now.
That's okay. I could also probably double-check it just as fast. But I figured I would joke about my own incompetence and throw you under the bus at the same time.
Let's see here. Ayako Kawasumi?
No. That's Artoria's voice actress. Where is it?
Oh, Altera's, my bad.
There we go. Noto Mamiko. That's right. So Noto was the surname. But, yeah. Mamiko Noto, who does Altera also. So, you know, in addition to her constantly yelling at things to bend and break, she's got some other interesting voice lines. I'm pretty sure she's not your waifu, though. I'm sorry if you wanted that. You probably shouldn't. Her alignment in-game is lawful evil, guys.
Watch the movies. You'll understand why.
Yeah, short version, human pretzel. She is literally the strongest telekinetic in Nasuverse. Her NP is EX rank and apparently has the maximum possible range ever seen out of a noble phantasm. And she can just break bridges with her mind. No biggie, though. She also offers in Bond dialogue to use it to give you a massage. Also, I think she's technically a counter guardian. Because it mentions that she is summonable because of Alaya, who is the thing behind the counterforce. If I'm remembering my Nasuverse deepest lore, Alaya is the name given to the collective human unconsciousness. Wow. Which, like, Gaia is used to describe the personification of the Earth. And they are not the same thing. The Earth actually doesn't like us, which is why in Fate there is a strong counterforce, so we are not completely fucked over by the Earth. But anyway, let's keep going with our K&K thoughts, because we're basically done with the event, right?
Yeah.
Just some last-minute farming to try and close out the store.
Yeah, I just have the gems left.
I got, like, maybe 200 mana prisms, or less, probably less by now, left to go, and then also some gems, yeah. But I completed all 100 missions, so I've gotten all 5 copies of Shiki, I've got her, you know, Max Ascension, all that stuff. I've got, you know, Max Limit Break copies of all the store CEs.
I've actually got, like, all the store CEs plus some, because I've gotten some Bounded Field drops, I got...
I mean, technically, I haven't... I guess if I have the ice cream, I might as well buy the extra and then turn it into mana prisms or something. But I technically have one Bounded Field left because I got a drop.
Well, now that I know that we're going to be doing this in 2 years again, I'm like, they're just all going into damn second archive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need more than one Max Limit Break copy because you can't go over plus 100% anyway.
Well, no, I only have one. I just have like a couple more like extras on the side, so I can start off with like... Well, I can start off with 100 Bounded Field because I have 1 max limited and just 2 unleveled.
All right, I guess that's fair if you don't want to do what most people do and rely on a MLB support. That's what I did. That's what I did whenever I needed to hit 100 plus 100%. Use your own max limit break, borrow somebody with a max limit break. Now that I don't need extra supports, most of the time it's like, geez, where are all my whale friends who, you know, have like max limit break copies of the gotcha CEs? So I can get, like, +1 or +2 Black Cat drops. But alright.
So, you know, in-game, I'm not sure I fully enjoyed the tone shift from the super serious to super comedic.
Well, yeah. So
it's like it was funny, it was fun, but it was like I kind of went into this K&K event expecting more of a K&K story, like but like once you basically get through, what floor was it? Like 4? Everything is
no,
funny.
I think it's 6.
6. Everything is funny. Like your
5.
servants,
No, wait,
like,
it's 5. That's right. It's 5.
Like their names are like, you know, just like things that just like speak of evil and darkness and hate and regret, and then you get up to like the higher floors.
When you clear 504, I believe, you basically finish the regular plot. There's a giant ghost. You stab it. You defeat evil Mephistopheles, who is still alive. And this also kills good Mephistopheles, because that's how Mephistopheles works.
Yep.
And then the main plot resolves. The singularity... It's not really a singularity, but the event cannot become a singularity, and Shiki is like, hey, yo, Chaldea sounds really cool. I'll go there and defend human history. And you're like, okay, cool. There's other floors, though, and you're free to explore. By the way, if you want to see this for yourself, because I know we have some people who only play the JP version, but if you want to, like, check out the English version, I recorded the whole story quest up to this point, and they're on the channel already. In 7 parts.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you get over there, and you still have, like, some skits and stuff, and they're funny. Like, apparently Fran is everyone's daughter. Fran reminds everyone of their daughter. So, like, everyone protects Fran.
But specifically Lubu does. And MASH understands Berserkers. But yeah, no, the remaining, like, story quests, quote-unquote, on the, like, top 3 floors are, basically sketches. They're Carnival Phantasm-esque stuff. You know, Shiki tells you that the Ryogi family has bought this building, so she is technically the landlord, and resolving...
There's been resident complaints.
About the servants. So, you know...
What?
I mean, there are some slightly serious tones about some of the servants. Like, you know, Nobu's apartment is inside her reality marble, which is constantly the burning temple at Hinoji. That's a little harsh.
Yeah, she can't help it. But it was still comedic because, you know, she's basically complaining about, like, her role in the game and stuff and how Okita's better. Then once you beat her and she vanishes, Okita shows up with ice cream, and Nobu just comes back and is like, I want this! I'm all like, yeah, that's classic Nobu. Caster Q's running a gambling den in his apartment, and Skahawk comes to kick his ass.
Well, because the reason why he's been exiled to his own apartment is he may have made a reference to his master's age, which was a dumb idea. A dumb idea. Yeah. But then you get that scene that's in the PV of you fight Wickerman with Skahawk.
Yeah. See, speaking of the PV, like, I understand like the second and last scene, but like the first scene where you're in Toka's office and you see like Medea, Lily, and Ilya, I was hoping like that would show up too, and I was like, nope, I've been lied to.
No, that's a little too much detail.
Yeah, too much detail.
Though the Shiki definitely implies that from her perspective, this is after the main story, because she implies that Toko is not around for her immediately to go talk to.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So, yeah, no. But some of the stuff from the PV checks out. Artoria's on the rooftop chilling, as just as basically a proto challenge quest. As she just chills up there at
being kingly,
500k HP, and is like, "Come at me, bro." There are a couple of extra quests that you have to do completing with missions. That are like that's like the true ending. You do the incinerator fight, and then you do the rooftop fight, the first rooftop fight, which kind of wraps it up. You get to meet Mr. Shadow Man, who doesn't explicitly give away his name, but guys, it's Dantes. It's the Count of Monte Cristo, guys. He even gives a quote, "Wait and hope," which is actually one of his noble phantasms in Matt's.
but not the one he uses in the game. But anyway, yeah. So that's a big shout out to the high difficulty quest, the Prison Tower, which is going to come in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it should be happening after Chaldea Boys.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, right now is the year of Kara no Kyoukai, because basically, like, after like crunching some math, we are in it is the 20th anniversary of the light novel being originally published.
Mm-hmm.
So that's step one. We have our
which
20th
makes
anniversary.
sense. It's 2018. It's February. I think the last story bit ends in, is it February or March 98?
I want to say March.
Yeah, I think the last one's in the last chronological chapter is in March 98.
Yeah. All right, and at the beginning of the year, Amazon Prime did the thing where they released all their stuff onto Prime, and Kara no Kyoukai was on
They
there.
ended strike, and then everything went back to being non-exclusive.
Yep. So then it was available. Then now Crunchyroll has put up Kara no Kyoukai on their site, and you can watch it there.
Mm.
So
which makes sense.
First,
if it's
there
no
was
longer
like
exclusive.
It's no longer exclusive. Now it's like super easy to watch.
Mm-hmm. So if you prefer Crunchyroll to Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm. So now, and North America just had their K&K event, their original, and the OG Japanese FGO has done a K&K rerun with some new stuff on top of that. So it's like, I'm guessing the stars have just aligned,
mm-hmm.
which I think is
yeah,
kind of
I'm going to assume that they didn't necessarily plan it this way with North America. Just being able to get North America to line up where it is allows K&K to come in the same space. Like, they weren't like, oh, we have to start it in 2017, so in 2018 we also... But it just happened to work out that way, which is really good. I'm so used to fiddling with things, I'm like fiddling with my gum container. I should get my fidget spinner, but it's across the room.
Don't get up.
No.
All right,
it's
but
bad for
let's
the audio.
see.
Yeah, so
any more K&K thoughts?
Well, yeah, just as a retrospective, I admit that the tonal shift is a little weird, but that's something the novel and film series does pretty well is pacing. Like, you have really serious, high emotional stuff, and then you have to, like, step it down. So there's some gags, and then you get to the rooftop, and you're like, here's the real ending conclusion, which is, like, a setup for, by the way, there's more stuff coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still very funny. It's very entertaining.
Oh. Yeah, they were.
We've raved about that. We've raved for, like, 45 minutes about how good the mission system is. And it really is, and it's not hard either.
No, it's not.
I think the hardest is when you gotta do 20 Rapunzels, because they literally only spawn on one map, and one at a time. Okay,
so correction, they don't only spawn on one map, but the only way to get them any other map is you have to basically... They can appear on most maps with these
seven-dimensional people?
Yeah, but they won't appear as a standard mob. You have to get the extra mobs, and then they have a chance to appear. Because I had 3 before I even started actually farming Rapunzel at the parking lot.
Wow, lucky.
Which I think is a very interesting mechanic.
Yeah, so that's yeah, you are way better just farming one at a time for 20 AP than to roll those dice.
Yeah, you are.
Also, you get a shitload of black cats, so it's good to farm that anyway. Because black cats are mana prisms. And you've only got like 4 days left if you want to buy Mona Lisa.
Yeah, I was actually able to buy mine. I still have like 1,500 mana prisms left, so I'm like, I don't know if I don't think I want to buy a second Mona Lisa because I'm not gonna be able to max limit break, so I'm kind of like about getting the rest of them. So I'll just wait till the rare prism shop comes out.
And hope you have multiple SRs.
Let's see here. I have 4. Yeah, my Tomomo and Marie are both at 4, so...
Well, I guess once
I'm gonna get there eventually.
Yeah, once you get up there. Alright. Plus, you rolled a Fion. Well, we'll see if we can salvage Fion, maybe when we talk about some stuff in bonus stage.
Yeah, maybe.
We're just gonna make public demand for bonus stage get so high. And they'll be like, give it to us, please. We'll even pay for it. Said nobody watching us ever.
That's what.
But the mission system is great. It wasn't hard. Honestly, even the really hard level quests aren't that hard. I'm sure the challenge quest that's out in JP will take the shit out of everybody because that's how it works, but yeah. The only real challenges to be had were self-imposed ones, like people not using Void to beat the 3 ghosts with 6 million HP.
Someone did it.
Yeah, several people have done it. But at least one number I saw was turn 500 something. So yeah, no. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Gluttons for punishment.
I mean, some people will do anything, and I bet that got a shitload of views on YouTube.
I bet.
Which, obviously, you know, somebody would say, but then you guys should do it. But I don't have time for that shit. Do you have time for that shit, Lucky?
I don't have time for that shit. I'm
turns?
busy sleeping.
God, no. Yeah, the actual quests aren't hard, the missions aren't hard. The story's pretty good. Now that I'm actually buying skill gems, I really like it, because it's like, oh man, look at all the skills I can level up. Finally.
I'm still getting lyric anytime the skills require, like, rare ascension mats, because I'm like...
Extra mats, yeah, that's dodgier. Though there are some cases, you know, like, Proof of Heroes or Void Dust, I'm like, yeah, sure, take them.
Go for it.
I still have, like, I think, over 75 Void Dust.
I'm thinking back over 100 because I bought all the ones in the shop.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been...
It's like, I have the fucking mats. I mean, I have the event items here. Might as well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and I don't really need to buy a lot of event items from the store. I have, like, over 40 lanterns now, just from drops. Because I was usually getting, like, 2 from the parking lot. Mm-hmm. 1 or 2. Yeah, so I've got a shitload of lanterns now. I immediately used all the horseshoes they gave me, so...
Yeah, I'm same here. I accidentally, I messed up. I was gonna send Medusa to her finalist to get her, you know, protect that smile, but then I saw Ushiwakamaru. I was like, oh, let me ascend you. And then I'm like, shit, I don't have enough for Medusa now. So now I got.
Well, I got Boudica and I got Ushi to her 3rd ascension. Not the final one yet, but I don't think that takes horseshoes. But I'm working on it. Working on some stuff. After this, and after I do Boudica's rank up quest, I'm gonna have to like take a long, hard look at my inventory and be like, okay, who needs attention now? Because there's gonna be like a whole week where, guess what, we're not gonna be doing much of anything.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, Chaldea Boys is just a banner.
Yep. Just a banner gets some pretty boy CE. I forget. Did they actually put the CE? Yeah, they put the CEs in. Did they put the CEs in the banner?
Yeah, they're actually in the banner, but also you get one for free. You get a voucher to get one for free. And then there should be Amakusa and Astafo trial quests. So you can get some tickets.
Those are tickets. I'll probably save those tickets.
Yeah, I gotta hold on to those. And then after that is Prison Tower. But we'll have more details on those events as stuff happens.
Yep.
Obviously, next show.
So I guess that's it for K&K. So
if you are a JP listener, let's milk the shit out of this event, and you want to know more about the event structure, like you're confused or something because you can't read moon runes, go back 1 or 2 episodes, your pick, because we have links to visual guides that were used in English, and also we break down the structure of the event. So for our 3rd episode in a row, we are milking Garden of Order.
So I want to talk about what's happening over and something else that's happening over in Japan right now, because I just found out about it like maybe like 40 minutes before we started recording, and it completely consumed my attention for those next 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. So there's some sort of figure show going on in Japan right now, and the internet is on fire with new Figma pics for Fate stuff.
Yes.
It's the 2018 Wonder Festival in Chiba, Japan. It's trending on Twitter with the hashtag WF2018W.
Yeah, and we have a gallery link, like an official like website link. It's not like quite all the pictures, but it's a lot of them. That'll also be in the show description. You can go check that out.
You should really go check it out.
Go look at our Twitter feeds, because those are linked in the description also, and there's a lot of retweets.
Yeah, there is. It's not just Fate Grand Order stuff. There's also, like, Detective Conan stuff, Trigun. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff, but, like, the Fate Grand Order stuff is... I'm not sure if I want to say dominating the floor, but
Well,
it is definitely
there are
a
certainly
major
a
chunk.
shitload of pictures of it.
Yeah, there is. And like we talk about figurines, and you think, oh, like it's like those just regular little figurines. Like no, people are going like crazy and making them. You know, like two in particular that stick out to me is someone took the scene from well, for one, someone did Decapitating Bunny, so it's Shiki in her bunny outfit. Someone made that a figurine. What's the name of John Alter's Christmas?
I don't remember. Something Saints?
Let me see if I get that. Holy Night Dinner?
Yeah,
where it's basically John Alter in the dress, like, getting drunk at a bar. Yeah, someone made that into a figurine.
Mm-hmm.
I want that figurine. I need it.
I also joked there's summer Jean Alter merch before there's a summer Jean Alter.
Yeah, there's like it's really cute. Her,
but yeah, there's lots of
frills.
Fate stuff. There's some Persona stuff because Persona 5 the animation's coming out sometime.
There's
we'll probably
tiny
talk about that in Power Hour someday.
There's tiny Medjed figurines with a whole bunch of faces on them. I would like to have like 500 of them and just put them in random places.
Everywhere you go, you just trip and Medjed.
If I had 500, I would like reenact Gulliver's Travels with the Kingdom of Lilliputian.
Yeah, let's get into stop motion.
I think that'd be great. But it's really cool. Like I don't know if you have a collector soul like I do, because I'm looking over at my like 8 figurines I got up on my shelf. But like I see this, I'm like, you just want to start throwing money at your screen. Like I said, my wallet is now like right over my keyboard because I did throw my wallet at the screen. It did not
Shut
work
up and
though.
take my money.
I do not have instant figures.
Yeah, I'll admit I came into most of my collectibles and knickknacks, but yeah, no, my desk cabinet is covered with like little dragon statues and other greebles and grobbles.
Greebles and grobbles and boobles and bobbles.
'Cause hey, as I learned from The Sims, sometimes you need decorative objects to spice up the atmosphere, and I want dragons and anime waifus, and sometimes anime waifus who are dragons.
Anime waifus on dragons, who may also be your anime.
Dragons on dragons on dragons.
Thing. It never goes too deep. There is always another layer.
Hey yo, we heard you like dragons and waifus, so we put some dragons in your waifus so you can dragon while you're waifu.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that grammatically made sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what's
like
time at, Omega?
We could talk about this for a long time. We have lots of highlights. We've seen some good stuff. There's a couple different like caster Neros with with or without her little ship bit things. A lot of MHXA love, probably because her banner just got rerun. Everybody knows how big a seller Jean Alter is, so there's a couple different sculpts of her. I've seen a couple different sculpts of Mama Raiko.
I've seen a lot of Caster Gil specifically.
Everybody loves Caster
Like
Gil.
not regular Gil.
It's because he's not as much of an asshole as regular Gil. Summer Frayne also appears to be popular. There's a couple different sculpts of her. There's a really neat couple of sculpts of Shinjuku Saber Alter, including one on motorcycle.
Got a couple too, which I find.
I was in the middle
I'm pretty
of
sure if you have a. Huh?
So what did you say?
I was talking about there's a couple of Helena.
There we go. Okay, I was like The audience may have heard what you said, but I didn't because I was in the middle of saying something. But yeah, Helena, I've seen a couple of. I tweeted one I saw in the gallery. There's a really good. It's not colored, but there's a really good sculpt of Sterlitzia from Darling in the Franxx. Tune the fuck in to Anime Power Hour, because Darling in the Franxx gave us some thoughts this week, some feelings. There's some Helena, some regular Fran I've seen, some every single Fran. There's Summer Astolfo. Nudicris is also very popular.
I saw another Astolfo one that I did not retweet because I'm like, I know this is a guy, but at the same time, I feel like this makes me strangely uncomfortable to tweet.
This is a little too personal. Let's not do that.
Yeah. As we have learned, Japanese artist Twitters, they don't give a fuck about what they retweet.
Yeah, no, the Japanese are shockingly shameless on Twitter. Never mind all of the 18-plus artists who straight up post to Twitter.
Yeah. It's like, I started following them because I'm like, oh, they make this and this and this, I'm gonna follow them. And it's just all like, well, I did not know that was their kinking fetish, but okay.
And then you're just scrolling through your time and like, oh, nipples. Ooh, okay. Well, good thing I'm at home.
Can't unsee it.
In the privacy of my studio. That's because, I don't know about you guys, but I never leave the studio. I'll broadcast all the time. Actually, we're just trapped by the bounded field. We literally can't leave the studio because human history is destroyed. Somebody, please, for the love of God, fix that. It's just eternally blizzard outside. Never mind how many times I joke about how fucking hot it is. Alright. We've still got a little bit of time left in the show. I felt like we talked more about the gallery thing, but I think it's, as usual, we exhausted too much of that before the show.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that energy back. Because, no, like, legit, we were just going back and forth. We had the mics were on, we were ready to record, but then we were like, let's look at some figurine posters and some pictures.
Well, it basically started because, like, Omega, the original notes just had some sort of figure show. I'm all like, that ain't enough information.
Yeah, I was like,
so I went on
because I didn't know, because I was just seeing, as we reported, I think it was last week, other than some people in the Discord, it started for me with just being bombarded by retweets from Wada Arco. And I'm like, okay, there's clearly something going on with figurines right now. And I didn't bother to, like,
and then
double check the hashtags. So I figured it would go in the notes to, like, fill up some time. And then Lucky got a hold of it. So we wanted to get some more information.
Lucky went hog wild with it, because it took me a while to actually figure out what the event was called. And then once I did, I saw it was on Twitter, so I put the tag into Twitter. And yeah, the rest is destroyed history.
Yeah, got a lot of stuff.
It's all good. It's all good civilization.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and check that out. Like we said, we got check out the hashtags, check out the gallery link. We got some stuff in our Twitters also.
Alright. Let's see here. Anything else? Any more K&K thoughts?
I mean, we're basically tapped out on K&K, other than got a little bit more farming to do.
Well, I guess we move down to meme of the week, because this one's mine. Because, well, other people might not find it funny, but I found it funny. Okay, so I'm not gonna name any names, because, as we like to say, the Discord is a circle of trust.
Mm-hmm. Trust does not leave the circle.
But so I was talking to one of our Discord friends, and they were mentioning how they're wishing everyone a happy Lunar New Year, the Chinese New Year, and he's basically said, like, to our fair people in the West, same to you, and I was like, it's like, I'm half black, so I really don't know if fair applies to me, because fair usually means like light skinned or whatever, white, and he just responds with, oh yeah, I forgot you people exist. And I was like, what?
And I'm pretty sure he doesn't mean that in a racist way. I think he just means that I'm from somewhere in Asia.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Forgot that black people
You're not from here.
It's like, it's just one of those weird things about seeing people from other places. Like, oh yeah, what's common knowledge to you is not to us. Like, what's normal for you is not for us. I'm just like, oh, I'm humbled and entertained at the same time.
By the way, I joked, I'm not fair, I'm translucent. Because
I can't really say I'm black. I am like...
No, I'm very white. I'm the whitest. But what? Yeah, no. So that was kind of funny, 5 minutes of interaction. You too can get in on the hottest memes by checking out our Discord, which we will probably talk more about later.
You want to see some quality shit posting? Join us.
Yeah, we've been a little quiet lately, but I'm sure once I'm done with you, Van, I'll have something else to shitpost about. Or, since I've started watching Altered Carbon finally, I'm going to just talk about that, because, hoo boy. That's real
someone
good.
posted something in our art dump recently about Shiki making Valentine's job and how like she has to compete with 2 other people. That made me happy. That made me laugh.
Yeah, it's like the servant is like, oh, let's, you know, Shiki, please help us because your event's getting a rerun about this time, which is also around Valentine's, and Shiki's like, wait, didn't we unfuck time? Can't I go home? And we're like, nope, somebody broke it again. And they're like, shit.
And Shiki's trying to make chocolate for her husband, and she's just like,
because Shiki has to, at least modern Shiki has to compete with Azaka and her own daughter, Mana.
And you just see her soulless eyes of having to deal with this bullshit, and it's great.
None of that matters,
really
because as discussed both in Anime Power Hour and in our entire K&K review series, also available on YouTube, in case you now extra want to watch the K&K movies, which you should do so. We did a full review series on that, too. Mikia is clearly just Shiki sexual. Because really, goddamn.
One true pairing.
The truest pairing, I think, in the entirety of the Nasuverse. Nobody argues that pairing. other than those of us who complain about Mikia's inability to initiate physical intimacy. Many, many jokes about the final K&K movie.
As I said, the good shit posting.
Yes. Hug zoned. Many other classics.
But apparently he does know what to do. So good on ya, Mikia.
Yeah, they figured it out after a year or two. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. I think Mena is 10 in 2010, so the story ends in 98. So I think it took him a couple years. Jokes aside, that's probably because Shiki said she was going back to school.
Yeah, and Shiki probably threatened to kill him. Shiki's very soon there. I don't care what anyone says.
She is. She stabs pillows.
Yes. She stabs pillows while looking cute. It's
Well, the Shiki is frequently compared to a cat, and you just know that's a very cat thing. I'm just going to knead my claws in this thing that you like. But yeah, so we don't really have anything else to say. Go check out all our other video series because we've talked about Karno Kyoukai and Garden of Order specifically a lot.
Yeah, we have.
So because I'm going to use a super clickbait title, not really that super clickbait, but yes, I'm obviously going to call attention to Garden of Order once again. Like I said, if you did not watch our last one, go ahead and roll on back and check that out to get our more direct thoughts about the event in general. Just our recap thoughts. We had fun. We got what we wanted out of it.
Super excited.
Yeah,
super good.
It was great.
Can't wait to do it again in 2 years.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get something then.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we should be YouTube millionaires by then.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's do. I kind of want to have a little talk on that, but let's do our next time really quick. Chaldea Boys Collection probably is next time on Let's Talk Fate Grand Order.
But
because it started right after Garden of Order in Japan, so
like literally.
Yeah, no. We should just. It's technically a filler event because it's just a banner and some trial quests, so it should just roll right in. Roll on it if you want it. We're introducing Amakusa, Astolfo, and Kid Gil. Really, you should probably only be rolling for Amakusa if you like Amakusa, because until he gets his strengthening quest, he's not that great on his own and kind of needs a lot of support. Some of which is not in the game yet. And he has some unfortunate mechanics. The game design is clearly still getting sorted out at this stage in like the JP version, which we just have to deal with over here in North America. Yep. Astolfo's an SR writer. He's okay. He's a little RNG heavy, but it's Astolfo. But he's gonna be permanent, so you should just count on him to spook you eventually.
That's what I kind of want to do, but at the same time, I want to do that raid up. But
and also nobody needs to care about rolling Kid Gil because frame point gotcha.
Frame point. Yep.
You'll get there eventually, guys.
Yeah, we're closing up.
Next time we're probably gonna, because Prison Tower should start right after that. We'll probably be doing a pregame on that to cover everybody what's going on. It'll be a short one, though. Because I don't think... There's not a lot to the event, but we might as well, like, warn you to prepare beforehand.
We might see if we can break down some enemies, get some strats.
Like, if the wiki wants to point out, by the way, when you go to the incinerator, do this, because otherwise, 500 turns.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, so that's basically the show. Before we roll into the regular outro, I will say, we're about halfway through February. Haven't really gotten a lot of response out of the Patreon, which saddens me deeply. We need more than one person to back us at $1 because $1 on Patreon doesn't equal $1 for us. Just in case you don't know, there's fees involved, guys. Patreon's not doing this for free, but yeah. If you guys have any thoughts about the Patreon, like feel free to hit us up with those. Like I just took price levels and like rewards based on other popular patrons doing kind of similar things. If you would back for certain perks at a certain level, let me know. I felt like our demand for audio only versions was pretty good, but I haven't seen a lot of response on that front. But in case you forgot, you can get the audio only version of this show and lots of other shows for just $1 a month, and you only pay us once a month when it starts. So you can get. It'll be entirely until March before you have to pay us for this show and all the rest of the shows this month and previous shows. So it's really a very economical deal. But like I said, if you guys have any thoughts on I won't do 24 hours of early access for $5, but I would definitely do it for $3. Maybe we can switch that up. We're open to feedback. We kind of need your support at some point in the long term if we want to grow this more, because we want to do more stuff, and that requires a certain amount of disposable income, aka startup cash. We need some starting money to get some balls rolling. But we love interacting with you guys, so just interact with us. Hit us back up. What you would do to support us, and might as well just put this in here. Check out our merch too. We're always working on expanding that. Yes, I know it's been a week since I said we were working on a shirt design, and we don't have a shirt design yet. We'll get there eventually. Much like Bonus Stage, we will eventually have more shirts. Not that I think our current shirts are bad. You can get our studio logo. You can get the Winter Anime Power Hour shirt, which will only be available while it's winter. And then it will be temporarily retired. So check that out. All right. Well, we're over an hour now. Though, I don't know. We're only just over an hour, so Truncate Silence might whittle that down a little.
I think if we're, close to an hour, we'll be alright. We don't have to, go over an hour.
Yeah, we don't have to force it either way to be long or short.
Yeah.
Also, it's late, and I still gotta do post-production, so, yeah.
Let's close it out so you can get to bed.
Alright. No, not get to bed, so I can get back to work.
Oh, get back to work.
Because I gotta finish this thing. I gotta make a thumbnail. I have no idea what I'm gonna do for that yet. Sadly, I don't think I can get transparent to some of these figurines. Anyway.
I'm gonna have to get a computer so I don't go back on Twitter, because I'm gonna lose a couple more hours on Wonder Festival if I do.
Yep. Alright, so, here we are. It's the end of the show. We've had our usual talk with you. If you like this episode, please give it a like. Likes are good. We got quite a few likes on the last video and some stuff. We got one dislike, which we also find funny. That amuses us.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Yeah. Likes are good for the algorithm stuff. They show YouTube that people actually like the show, so click those. It's good. That means we get more views on YouTube through searches and stuff. And obviously, we've talked several times, if you have any comments, leave those in the comments down below. Even if you just want to say, hi, good job, whatever, we love those. We see those all the time because we have notifications on and stuff. I usually, give stuff a thumbs up and a heart. Whatever. I respond to actual questions in the comments. And, of course, if you want to talk to us throughout the week, all the time, immediate talking, you can jump in our community Discord, growing all the time. We got, I think 20 people in there now, though only a few posts.
Yeah, we do.
Other people just lurk, I assume.
Posters.
We get quite a few posters, because you can check the leaderboard. Because we have a rank system. But, yeah, no, that's a great way to get in a conversation. We talk about all kinds of stuff. We talk about Let's Talk Fate Grand Order. We talk about anime. We talk about whatever. TV, movies, whatever. If somebody wanted to talk about literature, I'm sure I could do that.
Also, at some point,
about
Lucky, I think we have to accept that we may have to regrow our gaming group again.
Yeah.
We're not getting a lot of traction on that, so some of that will probably go in the community Discord.
Yeah.
So go on there, because Discord's great for that. And,
I wouldn't mind putting our gaming group on our studio channel. I mean,
that's what we used Discord in the first place, because it was way better than Skype.
Yeah, it was.
Ugh, Skype. It's
back
a gross thing about Skype
days.
in the background. Yeah, I know. Back in the day, back in the before times.
The early 2010s, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think probably. Man, I'd have to run a timeline. I don't remember when I actually started running games with Ron. No, that would be late 2000s, because I think I started running games when I was 16.
Oh, jeez.
Which is 9.5 years ago.
I feel old.
I also feel old, because that was almost a decade ago. Me being 16, holy shit. Fuck, we're old people.
Oh, God, where's my cane? Get off my lawn.
Hold on, I can't see anymore. Oh, wait, that's just because it's 1:30 in the morning and I'm staring at Audacity. Alright, and of course, if you are new here and if you're not already, please subscribe to this channel. It's the best way to get all our latest videos in your news feed. See them all the time, get your notifications, all that good stuff. And of course, if you also want to not only support us, but keep track of what we do, also consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get this show early and all our shows in a hopefully timely fashion. I try, guys. Let's be honest, I try. Like, even though there's nobody at that backer level yet, I have routinely posted every video early for Patreon backers. You can also get the audio-only version and lots of other goodies like Discord integration, polls, and other stuff. And of course, as our Patreon audience grows, so will our Patreon integration. So check that out, and we'll see you guys next time for Pretty Boys.